I really hate shopping cart superiority. Because in a world where we're always like, we should assume the best about people. Watch out for people, you don't know what battles they're battling. We are going to assume that the person who didn't put the shopping cart back in the little turnstile thing is like the worst human on the planet. We're not going to assume that it was a mom with a baby who just blew out their pants and they just need to get home and get the baby changed. No, it was just a lazy piece of garbage who doesn't understand civilized society. We're not going to assume that it was somebody who just had a knee replacement or a hip replacement and they really thought they were doing good that day. They didn't need the little cart thing, but they just barely made it back to their car. No, instead it was somebody who just has never lived in a civilized shopping cart society. And with the way that y'all are talking about everyone having IBS on this app, I feel like maybe some of your IBS counterparts might have left the cart. And I was with a whole grown woman with IBS in a parking lot where things went south for her real fast. That was a rough day. Mainly for her and all of her undergarments. And don't get me wrong, if you can put the cart back, put the cart back. Even better, if you really truly are one of those people who wants to be kind, just grab another cart and put both of them back when you're putting your cart back, because just assume that that person had some kind of emergency or some kind of rush. Or maybe they were like attacked in a parking lot once and being in a parking lot is like major anxiety for them. And so they did everything they could in that environment and then they just had to get out. And so you can serve that person who is struggling through that moment. Like, don't just assume that people suck. And I'm sure some people do. I'm sure they do. But that doesn't matter. You can make up a narrative in your head. And you can be the hero of the narrative. You gotta do the good deed. You win. Like, start singing Enrique Iglesias' Hero as you push the cart towards the little thing. Because you saved the day. Also, not to mention the fact that it's somebody's job to be able to put all those carts away, and if you're doing their job, then maybe their job won't be needed, and like, we don't need to automate something else and risk more jobs, especially in this economy. Also, my mom used to run the front end of a grocery store, and a lot of her baggers were people with special needs, and this was their job, and they loved being able to go out and get the carts. And we would pull into the parking lot, she'd be so excited that there were carts there for the kids to get, because that kept them employed. Like, there's so many other ways to spin this, other than if people don't put their cart back, they're garbage. Like, we're going into 2023. Let's make 2023 the year of assume the best of people. Oh, that person cut you off in traffic? Oh, they must be rushing home. Again, assume IBS. Like, you letting them cut into traffic could have just saved them a laundry debacle. Or maybe like their kids throwing up in the back seat and they really need to get home. Like, assume they're in some kind of situation and you need to be their hero.